Welcome to our College Briefing program. Today, we're diving into a mix of fascinating and thought-provoking stories that have been making waves across the globe. First up, we're heading to the sunny shores of California, where public schools are finding themselves in a bit of a pickle. Thanks to a new $20 per hour minimum wage for fast food workers, schools are now competing with the likes of McDonald's and Wendy's for cafeteria staff. It's a burger battle of sorts, but with a side of serious implications for school budgets and staff retention. Next, we're flying over to South Australia, where the love of birds has inspired two professors to make generous donations towards the purchase of a 200-hectare property. Their goal? To protect rare animals and endangered bird species. It's a heartwarming story that reminds us of the importance of conservation and the passion that drives individuals to make a difference for our feathered friends. But not all news is as uplifting. We also take a look at an unsettling incident at a high school in South Australia, where a presentation to Year 9 girls went off the rails, leading to an investigation by the Department for Education. It's a stark reminder of the challenges schools face in vetting content and ensuring that educational materials are appropriate and respectful of all communities. So, whether it's battling for cafeteria staff, protecting endangered birds, or addressing educational mishaps, today's stories highlight the diverse issues facing our communities and the world at large. Please stay tuned for detailed coverage of each of these intriguing topics. In the sunny state of California, a new financial wave is crashing over the shores of public education, leaving schools in a tight spot as they try to keep their cafeterias staffed. According to Yahoo US, the Golden State has recently introduced a $20 per hour minimum wage for fast food workers, a move that's stirring up more than just fry oil. This significant wage hike has put public schools in direct competition with fast food giants like McDonald's and Wendy's for cafeteria workers. Historically, school food service workers have been among the lowest paid employees in the education sector. Now, with fast food chains offering more attractive wages, schools are finding it increasingly difficult to retain their cafeteria staff amidst a challenging state budget situation. Meanwhile, in a heartwarming turn of events down under, ABC reports that the love of birds has driven two professors to make substantial donations towards the purchase of a 200-hectare property in South Australia's southeast. This land acquisition, spearheaded by the Nature Foundation, aims to protect rare animals and endangered bird species. Birdwatching academic Hugh Possingham is one of the generous donors, contributing $100,000 towards the cause. The newly acquired Bullock Bridge property, which neighbors the Mount Scott Conservation Park, is a birdwatcher's paradise, hosting around 140 different bird species. The Foundation's future plans include developing a management strategy to mitigate predator threats and possibly reintroducing endangered plant species, all in the name of preserving this remarkable bird sanctuary. On a more concerning note, a high school in South Australia is under the microscope after an unsettling incident during a presentation to Year 9 girls. As reported by ABC, the presentation, which was supposed to focus on relationships, allegedly included references to bestiality, wrongly suggesting it was accepted by the LGBTQIA+ community. This incident, which took place at Renmark High School, involved a third-party presenter who, according to students, used sexually explicit language and detailed discussions on bestiality. The school's principal has since issued an apology, and both the presenter and the program have been suspended pending an investigation by the South Australian Department for Education. This shocking event has left parents outraged and raised serious questions about the school's vetting process for third-party presentations. These stories, ranging from the economic challenges faced by California's public schools to the passionate conservation efforts in South Australia, and the alarming incident at Renmark High School, highlight the diverse and often unexpected challenges and initiatives unfolding within the educational and environmental landscapes. Each narrative, whether it's about competing with fast food chains for workers, protecting endangered species, or addressing inappropriate content in schools, underscores the complexity of issues that communities around the world are grappling with today. In the world of media and environmental conservation, significant changes are reshaping landscapes both literal and figurative. From the corridors of power in Poland to the lush forests around the globe, and even within the legislative chambers of Nebraska, stories of transformation and resistance unfold, capturing the attention of those concerned with the future of our planet and the integrity of our democratic institutions. In Poland, as reported by the Financial Times, Prime Minister Donald Tusk has embarked on a mission to cleanse the public broadcasting sector, particularly targeting the state broadcaster TVP. Upon assuming office in December 2020, Tusk took decisive action against the right-wing staff that had dominated TVP, leading to a one-week hiatus of the news channel TVP Info. This bold move has inadvertently boosted the viewership of conservative news channel TV Republica, while TVN24, owned by the U.S. media company Discovery, continues to command the largest Polish audience. With reduced funding and a commitment to less sensationalist news, the revamped TVP faces the challenge of regaining its viewership in a media landscape that has been fundamentally altered. Meanwhile, the importance of forests in maintaining ecological balance and supporting human life cannot be overstated, as highlighted by Deutsche Welle. The alarming rate of deforestation, with an area the size of the U.S. lost since 1900, poses a grave threat to our planet's habitability. In 2023 alone, the loss of 3.7 million hectares of tropical forest, an area equivalent to Singapore, underscores the urgency of addressing this issue. Forests not only provide clean air, drinking water, and food but also protect against natural disasters and support over 80% of land biodiversity. Their role as the largest carbon sinks is crucial in slowing climate change, making the cessation of deforestation and the restoration of trees imperative for keeping global heating below the critical 2°C threshold set by world leaders in Paris in 2015. On the political front, a legislative battle in Nebraska, as described by Yahoo US, showcases the complexities of the American electoral system. A bill that sought to alter Nebraska's allocation of electoral college votes, potentially favoring former President Donald Trump, encountered significant resistance. The state's unicameral legislative body failed to advance the measure, with the bill falling short in a procedural vote. Nebraska's unique approach to distributing electoral votes, unlike the winner-take-all system used by 48 states, remains intact for now. This development reflects the ongoing debates around electoral fairness and the influence of individual states in determining the outcome of presidential elections. These stories, from the media reforms in Poland and the critical role of forests in environmental conservation to the electoral controversies in Nebraska, illustrate the interconnectedness of our actions and their impact on the world. Whether it's through the lens of a news broadcaster, the canopy of a forest, or the halls of a legislative body, the decisions made today shape the realities of tomorrow. As we navigate these changes, the importance of informed, responsible, and proactive engagement becomes ever more apparent. In a riveting turn of events that seems straight out of a science fiction novel, the original architect behind Australia's student visa scheme has come forward with some strong words against the current government's handling of the system. As reported by the Sydney Morning Herald, this visionary did not intend for the scheme to become a Frankenstein's bride, a monstrous entity that is now haunting universities and costing them millions in lost fees. The Albanese government's clampdown on the system has sparked a wave of controversy, with the architect calling for an urgent re-evaluation to prevent further financial hemorrhage and to restore the original purpose of the scheme. It's a classic tale of creation turning against its creator, leaving the academic world in a state of anxious anticipation for what might come next. On a completely different note, The Telegraph brings us groundbreaking news from the medical world that could change the lives of Parkinson's patients forever. A study has introduced us to lixisenatide, a drug that not only shares a category with the popular diabetes medications Ozempic and Wegovy but also shows promising signs of slowing down Parkinson's symptoms. Imagine a daily injection that could hold back the relentless march of such a debilitating disease. The study followed 156 people with Parkinson's, half of whom received lixisenatide daily for a year. The results were nothing short of miraculous, with these participants showing no decline in physical symptoms, unlike their counterparts in the placebo group who deteriorated. However, it's not all smooth sailing, as the drug comes with its share of dragons to slay, including significant side effects such as nausea and vomiting in a significant number of participants. Switching gears to the world of sports, the Globe and Mail captured the electric atmosphere of a nail-biting hockey game where the Vancouver Canucks clinched a victory against the Arizona Coyotes with a late goal, leading them to a 2-1 win. Connor Garland emerged as the hero of the hour, scoring the game-winning goal with just 1:51 left on the clock. The match was a showcase of skill and determination, with players like Quinn Hughes and Dylan Gunter also making their mark. The Canucks goalie, Artur Silvos, played a pivotal role, making 22 saves and securing the team's lead in the Pacific Division. This win, extending their lead by 7 points with only 6 games remaining, has propelled the Canucks into a favorable position, igniting the passions of fans and players alike as they skate closer to glory. From the outcry against governmental interference in education to the hopeful advances in medical science, and the thrilling victories in the sports arena, these stories highlight the dynamic and ever-changing tapestry of our world. Each narrative, whether it's a battle against bureaucratic overreach, a fight against a relentless disease, or a quest for sporting supremacy, showcases the resilience, innovation, and spirit of those involved. In a bold move to bolster its military forces amid escalating tensions, Ukraine has taken a decisive step by lowering the minimum age for military conscription from 27 to 25, as reported by The Independent. This strategic decision by President Volodymyr Zelensky aims to enhance recruitment and create a more robust wartime force generation apparatus. However, the effectiveness of this move is contingent upon the urgent need for new weaponry and equipment. With Western aid arriving slower than anticipated, Ukraine finds itself in a precarious position, especially as high-ranking Ukrainian military officers warn of a potential big attack by Russia as early as this summer. The specter of a larger conflict looms large, with Russia's significantly larger population and President Vladimir Putin's readiness to deploy forces, underscoring the urgency for Ukraine to strengthen its defenses. Turning our attention to the world of sports, the University of Cincinnati Bearcats basketball team is navigating the highs and lows of the 2023-24 season, as per Yahoo US. Under the guidance of head coach Wes Miller, the team is striving to maintain its core group of talent following a commendable performance that saw them winning 22 games and reaching the quarterfinals of the Big 12 tournament. Despite facing challenges such as player transfers and the need to bolster their roster through the transfer portal, the Bearcats are determined to advance to the NCAA tournament in 2025. Their journey is marked by significant victories and tough losses, highlighting the team's resilience and ambition. Meanwhile, in the realm of professional sports, teams are grappling with the aftermath of failed stadium funding referendums, as outlined by the Associated Press. The Kansas City Royals and Chiefs, in particular, are re-evaluating their strategies after voters rejected a sales tax increase to finance a new downtown ballpark and renovate Arrowhead Stadium. The options on the table include tweaking their plans and seeking voter approval again, pursuing private funding, or bypassing a referendum altogether by securing public subsidies through legislative means. This situation underscores the complex relationship between professional sports teams, public funding, and community support. Historical precedents show that some teams have successfully navigated similar challenges, while others have opted to relocate, demonstrating the varied outcomes that can arise from these contentious issues. In summary, from Ukraine's strategic military adjustments to the Cincinnati Bearcats' quest for NCAA tournament glory, and the challenges faced by professional sports teams in securing stadium funding, these stories reflect the diverse and dynamic nature of global events. Each narrative, whether it pertains to national security, athletic ambition, or the business of sports, highlights the ongoing struggles and strategies employed by individuals and organizations to achieve their objectives in an ever-changing world. In a world where the media landscape is constantly evolving, two stories stand out, each shedding light on different aspects of society and politics. From the corridors of power in China, as reported by Al Jazeera, to the basketball courts of the NCAA Women's Final detailed by Yahoo US, these narratives offer a glimpse into the challenges and triumphs of individuals and institutions navigating their paths in today's complex world. Al Jazeera brings to light the increasing pressure faced by Chinese online magazine Sixth Tone, known for its candid exploration of social issues within China. As the Chinese Communist Party tightens its grip, the magazine has seen a significant shift in its editorial freedom. Stories have been pulled, phrases censored, and terminology altered to better align with the party's preferred narrative. This crackdown isn't isolated to Sixth Tone but is indicative of a broader trend of diminishing press freedom in China, where the state's control over media and internet censorship continues to grow. This narrative underscores the challenges faced by journalists and media outlets in China, striving to maintain integrity and independence in an increasingly restrictive environment. Meanwhile, across the Pacific, Yahoo US tells a story of triumph and competition, focusing on the NCAA Women's Final Four. Here, the spotlight shines on two exceptional point guards, Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers, whose rivalry on the court captivates basketball fans. Clark, known for her scoring prowess, and Bueckers, making a remarkable return from a severe injury, exemplify the spirit of determination and excellence. Their story is not just about athletic achievement but also about resilience, teamwork, and the power of sports to inspire and unite. This narrative, set against the backdrop of one of the most anticipated events in college sports, offers a refreshing contrast to the political tensions and challenges highlighted in the Chinese media landscape. In another part of the United States, the community of Stillwater, Oklahoma, celebrates a different kind of victory. Gay Washington, a dedicated educator with decades of experience, has won a seat on the Board of Education for Stillwater Public Schools. Garnering nearly 60% of the vote, Washington's win is a testament to her commitment to education and the trust placed in her by the community. Her story, as reported by Yahoo US, highlights the importance of local governance and the impact of educational leadership on the lives of students and families. It's a reminder that, amidst the grand narratives of international politics and sports championships, the efforts of individuals in their local communities continue to make a profound difference. Together, these stories from Al Jazeera and Yahoo US weave a tapestry of global and local narratives. They remind us of the ongoing struggle for freedom and integrity in the media, the unifying power of sports, and the importance of community engagement and leadership. In a world marked by challenges and divisions, these narratives offer insights into the resilience, passion, and dedication of individuals striving to make a difference, whether on the global stage or in their local communities. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.